Welcome back. I'm Rachel, and in this video we're going to go over the structure of the capitate bone. The capitate bones are paired bones located in the middle of the wrist of each hand. If we look more closely at the back or dorsal view of the right hand, we can see highlighted in red the capitate bone located in the middle of the wrist. If we look at the palmar view, we can see it again highlighted in red. Now we're going to look at the different landmarks and features of the capitate bone. Here we have the lateral view and the medial view of the capitate bone. This bone is the largest of the carpal bones. The capitate bone has three regions: the head, the base, and the neck in between. This bone also has 6 surfaces. The first of these is the proximal surface. This surface is rounded and has a facet on it for articulation with the lunate bone. The second surface is the distal surface. This surface is divided into 3 facets for articulation with the second, third, and fourth metacarpal bones. The third surface is the lateral surface. This surface has a ridge that separates 2 facets: a proximal facet for articulation with the scaphoid bone and a distal facet for articulation with the trapezoid bone. The fourth surface is the medial surface. This surface is concave and has a large facet on it for articulation with the hamate bone. The fifth surface is the dorsal surface. This surface is roughened for ligament attachment. The sixth and final surface is the palmar surface. This surface is also roughened for ligament attachment. Let's now take a closer look at the other bones this bone articulates with. This bone articulates with 7 other bones. The first of these articulations is with the trapezoid bone. The distal facet on the lateral surface of the capitate bone articulates with the facet on the medial surface of the trapezoid bone. The second articulation is with the scaphoid bone. The proximal facet on the lateral surface of the capitate bone articulates with the facet on the medial surface of the scaphoid bone. The third articulation is with the lunate bone. The facet on the proximal surface of the capitate bone articulates with the facet on the distal surface of the lunate bone. The fourth articulation is with the hamate bone. The facet on the medial surface of the capitate bone articulates with the facet on the lateral surface of the hamate bone. The fifth articulation is with the second metacarpal bone. The lateral facet on the distal surface of the capitate bone articulates with the base of the second metacarpal bone. The sixth articulation is with the third metacarpal bone. The middle facet on the distal surface of the capitate bone articulates with the base of the third metacarpal. The seventh and final articulation is with the fourth metacarpal bone. The medial facet on the distal surface of the capitate bone articulates with the base of the fourth metacarpal bone. What about the muscles that attach to this bone? 2 muscles attach to this bone. A portion of the deep head of the flexor pollicis brevis muscle originates from the palmar surface of this bone. A portion of the oblique head of the adductor pollicis muscle also originates from the palmar surface of this bone. And that concludes this video on the structure of the capitate bone. I hope you found it helpful.
Thank you for watching. If you want to support this channel, please subscribe and check out more of my videos.